into a seated position that's comfortable for you. You can sit on a block if you like, or a blanket if it helps your hips feel any better. And once you get there, just softening your gaze or closing your eyes, whatever feels best to you. Begin by taking some deep breaths in through your nose. You can exhale out your nose, or if it feels good, you can open your mouth and sigh out a big HA exhale. Just letting go of anything you're holding on to, any stress from the week or your day. Really feeling your belly filled with air, breathing in so much air that your belly puffs out, your rib cage expands it out to the side. Just being present in this moment, noticing and feeling what your body feels right now. If you feel any tightness, maybe you feel some relaxation as you exhale. If you like to set an intention for your class, you can do so now. Whatever you need for yourself, saying it as if it's already true in a present tense statement. I am calm. I am grounded. I am safe. I am joyful. Whatever you need. And repeat it 3 times now to yourself. Breathing in, I feel myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Continuing with deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Feeling your body just calm down as you take these slow inhales and slow exhales. We're going to begin our class today with just some gentle torso circles. So just rotating from your hips, waking up our spine, moving slowly and gently. This is our first pose, so we just want to be aware of what we feel in our body. And then go ahead and reverse directions, going the other way. And coming back to center, go ahead and take your left hand to your right knee, and your right hand comes up and over, stretching towards your left side. Really feeling this stretch through your side. Breathing deep, feeling your rib cage expanding as you breathe in and deflating as you breathe out. back through center. Go ahead and bring your right hand to your left knee, and your left hand comes up and over, reaching towards the right side. Come back through center, bringing your hands to a cactus position. As you inhale, press your chest forward, bringing your shoulder blades together. Your gaze goes up for a seated cow. As you exhale, bring your arms in front of your head. Drop your head between your shoulders for a seated cat. Flowing with your breath as you breathe in, expanding your arms open. As you exhale, closing everything in, dropping your head. Going at your pace. And go ahead and come back to center, bringing your left hand to your right knee. Your right hand comes behind you for a gentle twist. Sitting up tall, your spine is straight. Maybe envisioning a thread coming from the top of your head, pulling you taller. Gazing over your right shoulder. Making sure you're breathing in this pose. Come around to the other side, bringing your right hand to your left knee. Left hand comes behind, again sitting up tall, gazing over your left shoulder and breathing. And then come back through center, making our way onto our bellies. We're gonna come into a Sphinx pose. So you're gonna lay down, your elbows come under your shoulder blades. Your hands spread wide like rays of sunshine, connecting with the earth. And this is a gentle back bend here, so you can begin with your head up, feeling the back bend in your low back. Breathing here, feeling your belly push into the floor with each breath. You can go ahead and start moving your head like you're shaking it up and down, maybe looking over each shoulder, getting some gentle movement in our neck as well. You could always use a block if you want to rest your head. You can use a block, connecting with your forehead. Trying to keep your shoulders open so your chest is open. You can hold your head in stillness, or you can continue moving it side to side and up and down. noticing how you feel in your body. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes while you're here. Doing whatever you need to find comfort in the pose. Go ahead and come to crocodile pose. So you're gonna bring your hands stacked on top of each other, and your forehead can rest on your hands. Resting for a moment. If you want, you can bring your feet up in the air and windshield wiper them side to side, dropping them together to the left and to the right, feeling that release in our low back. And go ahead and push yourself back into a child's pose. So you can bring your knees wide if you like, bringing your big toes together for a wide-legged child's pose. And you just fold down. Your arms can come out in front of you. Your forehead can connect to the earth. If it doesn't quite reach, you can always use a block. Rest your forehead on the block. Again, doing whatever you need to find comfort where you're at in the pose. Noticing with each inhale and exhale, feeling the backside of your rib cage expanding now. And with each exhale, feeling it deflate. You can hold still, you can rock your head side to side, maybe rocking your hips a little bit. Whatever feels good. And go ahead and come up from your child's pose. We're going to make our way into a half frog pose. So we're going to come back onto our bellies. And you can just stack your hands on top of each other if you want to take a rest with your forehead. And we're going to take our left leg and bring it out to the side at a 90-degree angle. So your knee is at a 90-degree angle and your hips are at a 90-degree angle. You can use a blanket under your knee if you like. And then just go ahead and melt into the pose, resting your head on your hands, taking a break, feeling a gentle stretch in your hip. Making sure you're focusing on your breath, breathing big, smooth inhales and exhales. Slowing your heart rate down, calming your body down. Go ahead and bring your left leg straight again. We're going to come to the other side, bringing your right leg out to a 90-degree angle, using any props you need to find comfort, ease in the pose. Go ahead and bring your right leg back behind you. We're gonna mindfully make our way into a pigeon pose. So I do have two options for this pose. If your hips are tight or you feel any pain or irritation when we come into the full pose, this is always an option. Come onto your back and bending your left leg, your right leg crosses over, keeping your toes flexed, so you want your toes pointing towards your knee. You can stay here. You can use a block if you want to rest your left foot on a block, or you can bring your leg in, wrapping your hands around the back of your thigh, and it just goes a little bit deeper that way. If you want to come into the full pigeon pose, we're going to stretch our left leg behind us, and we're going to bring our right knee to meet our right hand, and then your right toes meet your left hand. You can stay here, or you can gently work your way down to your forearms, maybe coming into resting your forehead on your hands or your arms. Making sure wherever you're at, you are listening to your body. If something doesn't feel right, just listen and take the modification. You could also use a block under your hip if your hip does not sit flat. So you can use a block to help support your body as well. Making sure you can breathe deeply and fully and smoothly. You don't want any choppy breaths. That's usually a sign that you're too far into a pose. Go ahead and release your leg, whatever position you're in. Taking a moment to stretch it out. You can always windshield wiper your knees side to side, dropping them together to the left and to the right. And then when you're ready, coming to the other side, using whatever props you need to get there. If you're at home and you don't have a block, you can always use a book. You can use a rolled up towel. There's lots of different ideas of things we can use from home. Just making sure you find comfort where you're at, knowing we're going to hold the pose for a few minutes. Go ahead and come out of whatever version of the pose you're in. And you can rock your knees side to side if you like, just windshield wiper them. Kind of gives us a little massage on the hips, helping release the hips. And then if you are on your back already, go ahead and stay there. Everyone else can make their way onto their backs. You're going to need a block nearby. So planting your feet on the floor, spreading your toes wide, really feeling the connection with the earth. Your feet are about hip distance apart, your knees are bent, hands planted in the floor. As you inhale, we're going to come into a bridge pose, lifting your hips up off the floor. And as you exhale, slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time, feeling your body come back to earth. As you inhale, plant those feet, push your hips up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, raising your hips. Exhale, lower down. This time when we inhale, we're going to raise our hips. We're going to take our block, whatever level is good for you. You could also use a blanket if the block is too much. You're going to slide it under the back side of your pelvis, so not your low back. You don't want your back arching. You want it under your hips, back of your hips. So you're nice and stable. In a supported bridge pose, you can stay here. You could also lift your legs up the wall, bringing your feet to the sky. Or if you want more of a back bend, you can bring your feet to the corners of your mat and your arms come up and over to the corners of your mat in a reclined star pose. Just listening to your body and whatever feels good in this moment. Breathing deep inhales and exhales. Wherever you're at, go ahead and bring your feet back to your bridge pose, connecting your feet back with the ground. And on your next inhale, press into your feet, lifting your hips, and go ahead and remove your prop. And then slowly lower down. You can go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug, wrapping your arms around your knees. You can stay here, or maybe it feels good to rock side to side. Getting that gentle back massage from the ground. Then go ahead and spread your arms wide like wings, bringing your arms out at shoulder height, keeping your knees in. Your palms can face up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to drop our knees to the left. Your gaze can stay up towards the sky, or maybe you turn it towards your right fingertips. Breathing into this twist, massaging our organs, cleansing them. You can use a blanket or a block between your knees or under your knees if you need a little assistance or comfort. On your next inhale, engage your core and bring your knees back through center. And then as you exhale, letting them drop to the right. Your gaze can stay towards the ceiling, or you can turn your eyes towards your left fingertips. Letting yourself just melt into the floor, full relaxation. And on your next inhale, once again, engage your core. Bring your knees in through center. And then go ahead and stretch your legs long. Maybe your arms come overhead for a full body stretch. Taking a deep breath, tensing up your body. So when you exhale, bring your hands down and just release. Maybe opening your mouth and sighing out a big breath, releasing. Preparing for Shavasana, our final resting pose. If you need a blanket, if you want socks on your feet or a sweatshirt, whatever you need to find comfort. Preparing to find stillness for a few minutes, letting all of our poses incorporate into our body, giving our body time to soak it all up. Begin by feeling the heaviness of your head resting on the earth, softening your eyebrows, your cheeks, releasing your tongue away from the top of your mouth, relaxing your jaw, taking a moment, maybe tucking your shoulder blades under your back, allowing your chest to open up a little more. Allowing your arms to just melt into the ground. They're just so relaxed. Softening your chest and your belly. Releasing your glutes, your thighs, your calves. Letting your baby toes fall to the floor. Allowing your feet to just open up and relax. Coming to your natural breath. If you set an intention for yourself, come back to it now, reminding yourself why you're here. Repeating 3 times your intention you set. And trying to bring your mind to stillness and quiet. If a thought comes into your head, acknowledge it and then let it float away, coming back to your stillness. Go ahead and begin to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back to your body. Maybe begin to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing gentle movement back to your body. Taking your time when you're ready, rolling to one side, coming to a fetal position, bringing your knees towards your chest, maybe resting your head on your hands or your arm. Taking a breath or two here. And when you're ready, making your way to a seated position that's comfortable for you. Sitting on a block or a blanket if you need, stretching your legs long or crossing them. Resting your hands on your legs, softening your gaze or closing your eyes when you get there. Taking a breath, deep, full breath. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in this present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Always trying to come back to that present moment. What is happening now? How do you feel now? Bringing your hands together in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to thank yourself for finding time for you today, making time for you today. And I want to thank you for coming to join me today, sharing space with me. The divine inner light in me honors the divine inner light in each and every one of you. Together we bow and say namaste.